Hi guys, this is Jill with Sleepopolis.com, and today I'm going to be talking to you about the Cloudten Luna Percale sheets, some of which you can see behind me. Cloudten is one of the newest direct-to-consumer luxury sheet makers on the market. Their sheets are made in Europe in a factory that is powered by biogas because Cloudten cares very much about environmental responsibility. That's why they also use non-toxic dyes for their sheets. And why, when their sheets don't pass their quality tests, they donate them to people in need. They'll also donate, if you return your sheets, they'll donate any used sheets to people in need. And for every set of sheets that they sell, they actually make a donation toward an organization that provides handmade blankets to children in need. So really cool social mission of the organization and really comfy sheets. These are, as I mentioned, percale, so they've got some of the characteristics you would expect from percale. There's my cat Penny in the background. Percale sheets, you know, they're crisp, they're a little bit cooler, they wrinkle a little bit more, and we're going to take a closer look in just a second. Okay, Penny's going to help me out during this section because I can't get her to move off the bed. We're going to take a closer look now at the sheets. So you can see them behind me, sitting on the floor so that you can get a close look. They're percale, as you can see. Percale, little wrinkly. Not a thing that bothers me. If it's a thing that bothers you, it's something to be aware of. Something else to be aware of, as you can see, I don't have this sheet tucked in under my mattress. I have a very deep mattress. It's about 12 inches. And there is only about 2 inches, it looks like, between the sheet and the edge of my mattress here. So really not enough to be able to get that cozy hotel tuck with your sheet. It does tuck in totally fine at the foot of the bed with room for you to fold it over like this. Sorry, Penny. Also worth noticing on the sheets is that I've been sleeping on these for a couple of nights now, and you can see they're still tucked under my bed. I haven't adjusted them or anything. Nice, tight, get over the corners in this deep mattress, but for whatever reason, even though they make the sheets deep enough for deep mattresses, they just don't, the fitted sheets, that is deep enough for the deep mattresses, they don't make the flat sheets deep enough for deep mattresses. So if you're somebody who really needs to feel tucked in at night, that's something to be aware of. One of the really nice things about the Cloudten sheets is that they look very pretty on your bed. You see these nice square corners on the pillowcase over there, but the reason that those corners look so nice and square, I'm gonna reach for this pillow here, is that there's an opening in the back center of the pillowcase. It's a sham-style pillowcase, which means that you can't actually flip the pillow over in the middle of the night if you need to. This seems to be a very common trend with these modern luxury sheet sets, and I'm not sure why, because people do like to flip their pillows over in the middle of the night. Just if that is you, worth noting that you've got these beautiful corners and this center seam. The center seam also caused a problem for me. I sleep with my hand under the pillow, and I kept getting my hand stuck in that opening to the pillowcase. I realized that if I turned it around so that the opening was actually facing the other direction, still on the bottom, but facing away from my hand, that helped, but I did still manage to get my hand stuck in there once or twice, even without that. I am going to put the pillow back, and we're going to talk about care in just a second. Like many of the other direct-to-consumer luxury sheet manufacturers, Cloudten strongly recommends that you wash your sheets in cool water and dry them on low heat. If you are somebody like me who is used to washing and drying all of your bed linens on high because it seems like they get cleaner that way, don't do it. Cloudten really says that you want to keep the temperature low as possible. Again, these are percale sheets. They are going to wrinkle. Cloudten says you can iron on low if you want. I don't like ironing sheets, so I was intrigued by their other suggestion, which is taking the sheets out of the dryer when they're still just a little bit damp and then making the bed that way. I think the theory is then that as they dry, all spread out, they're less likely to wrinkle. So that's a cool idea, maybe something worth checking out. But overall, you know, caring for these sheets, pretty easy. No real special instructions, just make sure you keep your temperatures low. Let's talk about some of the pros and cons of the Cloudten Luna Percale Sheet Set. One of the big pros for me personally that I mentioned up front is the company's social mission. I love that they care about environmental responsibility, and I love even more that when sheets get returned by customers or when they don't pass their inspection to be sold, those sheets are donated to people in need. And even better than that is that for every set of sheets sold, they will also donate a blanket or toward at least a handmade blanket for a child in need. So really nice to feel good about when you're sleeping so comfortably. Another thing that is awesome about Cloudten that I haven't mentioned yet is that they offer 100 full nights for you to test the sheets out before you make a decision for sure whether you want to keep them. If at any point during those 100 nights you decide that they're not for you, you can ship them back to Cloudten, free shipping, no questions asked. If you decide you like them, that's awesome too. Big pro, as I just mentioned, as I've mentioned a couple of times, these are comfy. Percale sheets tend to not be very soft when you first wash them, like the first couple of times you wash them. And for whatever reason, I don't know if they do a lot of pre-washing before these come to the consumers or what, but these are some of the softest percale sheets I've slept on out of the box ever. It's been really nice getting to sleep on them the last couple of nights. Cons, though, speaking of those sheets, I did notice when I made the bed the first time that there is actually a kind of fingernail size snag right in the center of the fitted sheet, which is a letdown because Cloudten talks a big game on their website about how thorough they are in inspecting their sheets. Another con for me is just that opening in the back of the pillowcase. I really don't understand why so many companies have decided that it doesn't matter if you can flip your pillow over. I like to flip my pillow over. I know a lot of other people who like to at least have the ability to flip their pillows over. So even though they look nice, to me that center vent is really a con. Those are my final thoughts on the Cloudten Luna Percale Sheet Set. For the full review and also for my review of the Amora Sateen Sheet Set, you can check out sleepopolis.com.